What's up, you guys? It's Will here from SHADOW ASCENT, signing back in. I'm in a place that I lived a year ago in Eureka, California. I'm not gonna upload this until I'm not here anymore, so no one spies up. No, I'm just kidding. But this place was where I first moved in with my fiance. This is where I first moved out of my parents' house, obviously, that I had lived my whole life. And for us, that symbolizes a willingness to confront change and adulthood. This was the start of my adulthood, truly, to be honest with you, when I moved here. It's where I kind of had to face the burden of how am I going to make ends meet? How am I going to find a job? Who am I going to be here? What am I going to do? How am I going to make money? How am I going to live now that I don't have my parents, right? And moving here was not easy at first by any means. I would think about my old home, my old room, the comfort of just living with my parents. Even if I was independent and responsible towards the later years of being there, it still was comforting and easy going. But moving here, I had to face the reality of, oh, now I'm responsible. Now I'm paying bills. Now I'm having to take care of every chore, or like a majority of the chores, right? My fiance and I at least were. And so she came up here for her school to get her degree. And when she asked like, hey, I'm gonna move to finish my last year, I was like, yeah, let's do it. So taking on that chance it's a leap of faith, but you need to take those risks in life, right? If I didn't take that risk, we probably wouldn't be together. It probably would have been hard for us to sustain a long-term relationship, but I felt like it was worth it. And we were only here for a year. We moved closer to where we were before, not with our parents anymore, but closer to our hometown, friends and family. Nonetheless, this year was big. I miss the weather for sure. It's nice and cool, even in the month of May. Where I am now, it's hot, but it's nice and cool. There's a breeze. It's right by the beach, and there's also redwood forest nearby. Northern California. It's nice and it's refreshing to be here and very grounding. I would go on this walk that I'm on right now that leads to kind of this like oasis of sorts where I would clear my mind a lot of the time. Just sit here and reflect upon things and think about things. And yeah, I did door-to-door sales while I was here, but it took me like 6 months to find a job. The market was not great. And I was kind of struggling a little bit financially, wondering, am I going to be able to get a job before things start getting a little risky and I need to call my parents? But nah, we were good. But no, I was able to get a job. And when I did door-to-door sales, it was hard. I'm not a sociable person, or at least I wasn't. I'm very introverted to myself and shy, but that completely shattered that. I'm really not shy anymore. I can be quiet sometimes, but I'm very much sociable and capable. I'm trying to get out of the sun here. When it comes to interacting with people, I know how to have a conversation. I like talking to people. It's engaging. There's a rush of dopamine when you have that mingling with another individual. And I learned a lot. I didn't love door-to-door sales. I knew it was something that was temporary because I figured we'd be moving out of here within a year. But I got bit by a dog. I don't know if you can just see, it's a tiny little scar right on my wrist there. But that wasn't a fun situation. It was something. It's a memory though, nonetheless. I would go on runs here, and this place kind of lit the pathway. Not trip and fall. Opened me up to the idea of, hey, I can be responsible. I can be my own person. I can be an adult. It kind of proved to me I'm capable, and it wasn't easy. Like I said, there were questions of identity, who am I? What am I doing? What do I want? Who am I going to be here? How am I going to find myself? But I made it work. My fiance and I, we found ourselves here. And that's something that I'll cherish forever. I'm here for another friend's graduation, so that's why we came back. But I don't know if I'll be here within the next few years, to be honest with you. I don't know where life may take me, so I'm trying to really appreciate it. And that's where I say I feel one thing I've always known about myself is I find gratitude and a deep appreciation and admiration for little details and symbolism in life. A place, a person, an activity. Maybe it was something that you were doing for a while, like a time, a chapter in your life, working a certain job, even if you hated it, right? Still having that experience, knowing that it was there and it's kind of over time fading as a relic of the past that becomes warped with time. But I think it's so cool to be able to say I lived here and to be able to say I found myself here and I made it work. I made it work, and life is so amazing in that sense. And I think the point of this video is to really tell and inspire anyone to cherish the little things. And I had to sneeze there for a second. Allergies getting me a little bit, but find gratitude in the most simple and minute and finite aspects of life, especially in a world with an over excess of dopamine and gratification and sort of just things that you can do, that you can see, that you can think about. I think it's a beautiful thing, but admire your roots and things that have helped you along the way become the person that you are. I wouldn't be who I am in 2026 without this year that I had in Eureka, California. I just wouldn't be that person. Wouldn't be this person. So yeah, just kind of wanted to get a quick note off here, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Much love, good vibes, and peace.